Yeah.
Actually works out remarkably well.
Perfect. Holy shit, no hiccups.
And Daddy's home.
Find a hole. Go through it. Yeah. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. Today's video, we're finally reassembling the engine. Starting off in today's video, we're getting those new bearings for the piston rods. We're getting everything all cleaned up and prepped and set to the side, getting ready to put everything back together. Everything for the most part went pretty smoothly. Like always, there's a few hiccups here and there, but nothing too big. Everything went back together nice and smooth. And this is not a how-to or all the torque specs video. I will leave a link in the description to a website that we used that had all the torque specs and everything that you can imagine for rebuilding this engine. There'll be a few like here and there pointers, just little details to help some people that wouldn't know any better, but pretty much it's just a follow along video, so I hope you guys enjoy.
Actually works out remarkably well.
Perfect.
I got the hose.
Okay.
Yep.
Coming down. Hold on. Alright, we're in line.
Okay.
The whammer.
Just little tappy taps.
If you're wondering what those hoses on the end of the rod were for, it's just to help guide the rod down into the cylinder and to avoid the crankshaft, so that way we don't hit it. It's just, I think it was like 3/8 hose. Just put it on the end of the studs to keep the studs from hitting the crankshaft, and so Andrew on the bottom can guide the rod to whichever position that the crank was, and then he'd pull them off and put the bottom cap on and cinch them down. After we got that first one in, we started picking up a rhythm. We'd do one at a time, go back to the bench, put the piston ring compressor on, take the bottom cap off, put the rubber hoses on the studs, and then we put some assembly lube on the new bearings, and then we take it back to the engine, slip it in there, tap it down, and once we got a good rhythm going, it was smooth sailing from there. And of course, can't have a job like this without having a hiccup here and there.
Mallet. Did it ring pop out?
Yep.
Okay, mallet.
Of course, he's a tiny guy.
Can you pull the compressor up? Is it tight enough that it'll pull the piston up? There we go.
No.
Got to reset?
Yep.
Yep.
Now that we got it out, it was as simple as taking it back to the bench, readjusting the piston sleeve compressor. So got that all readjusted, slapped it back in, and all the rest except for cylinder 1 didn't throw us any fits, so it was pretty easy after that. right about now I was just getting super irritated. Not because that last cylinder was throwing a little fit, but I absolutely hate wearing rubber gloves, and it was over 100 degrees this day, and then throwing rubber gloves on top of that, I just hate the feeling of it.
Looks like I was swimming in a pool. Yeah.
Look at that. Gross.
So we're all in.
So those Roloc plastic wheels that we got weren't that great for the cylinder head gasket, but they worked great for getting the oil pan gasket off. Now it's time for the messy pain in the butt part. We got the engine jacked up, made sure to strap it to the truck so it doesn't roll out on us this time. But now we just gotta get it back up in there, fight everything, trying to get it up in there. There was AC lines on my end, I believe, that were getting in the way, and then right in that top right corner you can see that there's a bracket in the way, so that was kind of fun, just trying to finagle this thing up in here, but got it in, just a little bit of wiggle work.
Grab that in so I can just get on the bench. Okay, right there. Yes, much better. I mean, put my belt back. I just want to see you undressed. Alright, you ready? So over me. Oh, Lordy. Go way back. Yep. Front line out of the way. We're going to go back a bit more. Okay. Try it there. Yep. A little stuck on camshaft. Okay. I'll pick my end up. That's about all I got.
We had this camshaft out when we took it out, didn't we?
Yeah, probably actually. Oh, it should be. Let it set there for a second. It's not gonna go anywhere. Rest your arms.
Fun little lesson was learned right there. We were too excited to get the cylinder head on that we forgot that we needed to take the camshafts out before we slide it on to the engine, because the timing chain was poking up, so we weren't able to slip the cylinder head through because the crankshafts were in the way. looks down.
I think we're pretty well seated here.
You move your leg inward. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Is that the second 90?
No, that's the first 90. That's only at 73 foot-pounds right there. 90 is about
180.
Ready?
Yep. Oh. Done?
Head towards.
I can relax now. How do you feel after that one? I was cringing the whole time.
Oh, no, me too. Oh, 100%. Me too. Yeah.
Oh, I was especially that last one, because this whole story of this whole build has been the last bolt has always been a bitch, and I was really cringing hard on that last one. I was like,
I think we're good.
fuck yeah.
I think we are good. Yeah. That should hold. So the fucking cam's back in it, and those only go to 15 foot-pounds, so I'm not too worried about those.
Yeah, me neither. That was rough. Okay. Now that the stressful part was done, now is for the timing part. Throwing the cams back in, making sure that we get all of our timing marks lined up correctly, and then putting the timing chain and sprocket back on.
Right there that you can see, and with the 0. It's very hard to see the mark, but it's there.
Maybe if I zoom in. Oh, there we are. There's our mark.
There's screwdriver catches it, and then there's 0.
Perfect.
Timed. And all of our timing marks up top line up. Back up on top where they're supposed to line up. And that's all right. We're good there. Everything's spun over nicely. All right, that's a good sign.
Woo!
What, those aren't rock solid like everything else? No, they are. Oh, jeez. I tried punching it out. Yeah. No, they definitely are.
Back to doing the most pain in the butt part of this whole job was just feeding this wire harness. I don't know why Toyota thought it was a good idea to feed it in between the intake tubes, but that's the way they did it, so of course I had to deal with that, and it took a little bit, but we got it.
There, so this guy goes right there. Alright, so we're gonna line up the distributor right here on the edge of the plug. That will get us about very close to number 1 on top dead center on the distributor cap. So that should go in. See if I want to bring it back one. You stay right there. Hold the distributor so that it's kind of in line with its hole there. Where are we at? It should be pretty close.
That's probably just after.
Yeah, that might be just a little bit past. We're going to pull that back out. Let's see if I can get it. 1, 2. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that right there. Put that bolt back in to hold it down. And we'll loosen. I'm just going to put that bolt in snug for now. We'll loosen it up here later to do set base timing. But we'll worry about that here in a bit. We just want to get it fired up first, and then make sure we don't have any leaks or anything, and then we can play with all that. Now we just got to put the distributor back on, or the cap back on, and see if she'll fire.
Fun fact, we did have a couple leaks. Nothing too major. Ended up getting them all fixed. Now for the moment of truth. Hopefully we put everything back together correctly. It didn't even smoke. Yeah! That fired up right the fuck away. After finally getting it started, we ended up having a little bit of an exhaust leak, so got that fixed and tightened it down. Everything went great. Ran her up to operating temp, no leaks, no issues. So after all that good news, it's time to finish buttoning it all up and take her on a test drive. Thanks for watching.